Hi everyone, another video update in the programming series. You remember where we left it last time. We developed our script, so now it sets a stop loss and a take profit on our existing order. And I asked at the end of the last video, how would you change the code if you wanted to set either the stop loss or the take profit, but you weren't sure which one it was. So clearly this requires some modifications of the input so the user can specify what exactly they want to set. So let me show you how to do that. Okay, so at the moment for our inputs we've got the stop loss and the take profit being set. Okay, let's add another input which is a boolean, which you remember is either true or false. I'm going to say set stop loss. Okay, we'll set it to true by default. Okay, so what we're going to say is if the user sets this set stop loss input value to true, then we'll adjust the stop loss. Otherwise, we won't. And likewise, we'll have one for the take profit. So set take profit equals true. Okay, so that's all we need to do on the input side. And now we just need to change the code to do the modifications. Okay, so what we're going to do is the following. Right, I'm going to define a variable which is the stop loss. Okay, call it SL, and I'm going to set it by default to the existing value for the stop loss. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing for the take profit variable and set it equal to the existing value. Okay. In fact, what I can do, since this will apply equally to both the long and short orders, I can define it here. Now, let me just explain what the difference is. You may remember, but I'll tell you in case you don't, that when you define a variable like this, its scope, now what that means is the area in the code over which it's accessible, depends on where these squiggly brackets are. So if I put that bit of code in there, then those values are only defined for there, so they're not defined for my short order bit. But if I put it up here, then these variables last from this squiggly bracket to the one which closes it, which is this one here. So in other words, these things are then defined for all this code in here. Okay, which is why I've moved it out there. Okay, so I've defined those things. Now what I'm going to do is use my input value, which you remember is set stop loss. If set stop loss is true. Now you may remember that if it's true, I don't need to put anything. I can just put if set stop loss. Then I've changed the stop loss value. It's actually going to be this bit of code in here. So I'll put that like that. Okay. And then I'm going to put SL, which is our stop loss variable, in there. If you're not quite sure why I'm doing all this, I will explain it all at the end. Okay. But right, I'm going to do the same thing for the take profit. If set take profit is going to be, oops, I have to type that correctly. Take profit equals, it's going to be this bit here. Okay. And similarly, I need to do this for the short orders, though of course the formula will be slightly different. So let's just copy that and paste it in there. And so this will now need to be plus, and for the take profit, obviously it needs to be minus. And so the stop loss bit is now our SL variable, and our take profit bit is our TP variable. Okay, let me just run through all this to check that you understand it all. So we've now got an input which is set stop loss and set take profit, okay, and we only want to adjust the stop loss or take profit if those things are true. Here I define a variable which is the stop loss variable and one for the take profit variable, okay, and by default I'm setting them to equal to the existing values. So if I don't want to adjust them, then they're already set correctly. Okay, then within this long order section, if I do actually want to adjust the stop loss, then I change the stop loss formula from the default value to the formula we want to use. And likewise, if I do want to adjust the take profit, I set the take profit variable equal to the formula I want to use. And then I use these variable values it in the parameter list for the order modifier. If you remember order modifier, this bit here is the stop loss value, and this bit's the take profit. And similarly for the short section, though with a different formula. Okay, so let's compile that, check I haven't made any mistakes, that all looks good. And let's go to our, let's go and have a go with it. Okay, so let's find my second script. Okay, so let me put our usual buy limit in here. Okay, and then I'm going to drop my second script in here. You see now I've got an option to set the stop loss and the take profit. Now say I'm looking for this to go back here, so I'm buying on a dip. I want to set a quite tight stop loss, so I want to have that true, but I don't want to set a take profit. Okay, so I'll switch that off, and then say OK. So you see here at the moment there's no stop loss or take profit. Hit OK, and lo and behold we've got our tight stop, but we haven't changed the take profit. Now say we then change our mind and we drop this in again. Say I don't want to change my stop because that's I'm already happy with that, but I want to set a 50 pip take profit, and I'll set that to true like that, and there's my take profit set up there. Okay, so there you go. That's our code's now getting reasonably useful, so you can optionally set take profits and stop losses. Okay, now next thing I want you to think about is that we've now got a way of setting the take profit stop loss like this. Now some people like to set their take profit a certain reward to risk ratio, a multiplier of the stop loss. Now have a think about how you might code up your script in order to do that. That's the next assignment, as it were, and I'll show you how you do that in the next video. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed that. Bye for now.